Hello everyone. Today is your class number 20. Today is class number 20 for EMFT. Okay. So let us start from the topic number 12. Let us start the topic number 12, that is derivation of curl of E. That is Maxwell's second expression. Okay, so like the previous case, we have to again consider, first right, assume the electric field at P at a distance r. So what will be the electric field E at a distance r? Let us assume the electric field E at a distance r, E vector equals to Q by 4 pi epsilon naught into r square r cap, right? This thing is very much easy. So from the Gauss's theorem or from the intensity definition, you can write the intensity at a point which is distance r from a point charge small q. Okay, which can be written as this way. Make it equation number 1. Make it equation number 1. Okay, so next, now we are taking a line integral. Now we are taking a line integral of this electric field E, from an initial point A to B, which is represented by A to B E dot dl. Okay, which is represented by E dot dl, where dl vector equals to dr ar cap, where dl vector equals to dr ar cap plus r d theta a theta cap plus d phi a phi cap. Okay, so just put it. So therefore equals to A to B Q by 4 pi epsilon naught r square r cap dot dr r cap plus r d theta ar cap r d theta a theta cap plus d phi a phi cap. Okay, so if we applying these dot products, is r cap and ar cap and ar cap only perform this dot product and rests are 0. So it will be results 4 pi epsilon naught r square into dr. Okay, so assume the distance from the point charge to the points A and B are RA and RB respectively. Okay, so we are taking the distance from the origin to A will be RA and the distance from origin to B will be RB. Okay, so actually you are taking this from RA to RB, right? So your after integration, Q by 4 pi epsilon naught taking outside, dr by r square. So what will be your integration? Q by 4 pi epsilon naught, integration will be r square. If we r to the minus 2 dr, if we integrate it, then what happen? R to the minus 2 plus 1 by minus 2 plus 1. Okay, so r to the minus 1 by minus 1, that is minus 1 by r. So if we put a limit RA to RB, then actually you are putting a limit here RA to RB. Okay, so your result will be upper limit minus lower limit, so minus sign, so it will be become 1 by RA minus 1 by RB. So after integration we have 1 by RA minus 1 by RB. After integration and putting the limits, we have 1 by RA minus 1 by RB. Okay, so here you can write for a electrostatic field, right, we know an electrostatic field is the symmetrical field. Electrostatic field is the symmetrical field irrespective of the direction. Symmetrical field is irrespective of the direction. That is, if we consider a coordinate system first, that is x, y and z, and if we taking a sphere like this way for different radius, okay, so from different radius, so it will become the unipotential, right? It will become an unipotential as well as uni intensity distance. So that's why if we compute this RA and RB for an electrostatic field, so RA will be equals to RB always. That is the radius. If we consider A point over here and B point over here, so if we radius this A point and B point, so this is your RA and this is your RB, so they are all same. So if we consider 2 points inside a unipotential surface, then it will become RA equals to RB, and we know electrostatic field is unipotential from all points irrespective of the direction. Irrespective of whatever the direction we are taking the radius, it will irrespective of the direction. So that's why RA equals to RB over here. So it will become closed line integration E dot dl, or only line integration E dot dl exactly equals to what? Exactly equals to 1 by q by 4 pi epsilon naught into 1 by RA minus RB. It will be 0 because RA equals to RB here we can write. So if we integrate it from here to here, actually it is taking a closed, it will form a closed line. So that's why we are putting over a closed line over here. So closed line integration E dot dl for a electrostatic field, it will become 0. Okay, so now apply, now write, make it equation number 2. Make it equation number 2. Now write, apply the Stokes theorem. Now apply the Stokes theorem. What is the Stokes theorem? So closed line integration of any vector field will be equals to curl of that vector field over the surface enclosed by the line. So that will be equals to applying the Stokes theorem, E dot dl equals to surface integration curl of E over the surface which is enclosed by this closed line, which is enclosed by the surface which is enclosed by this closed line. Okay, so ds vector. So after putting this equals to 0 for here, so it will become curl of E over ds equals to 0. That is, curl of E equals to 0. So write one conclusion. So this is the after putting here, after putting these values over here, so then write alright, this is the Maxwell's second equation. This is the Maxwell's second equation, which determine or which concludes that the electrostatic field is irrotational. Which concludes that the electrostatic field is irrotational. Electrostatic field is irrotational. Okay. Okay. So this is your second derivation of Maxwell equation. And now if we know, again write, we know D equals to E epsilon naught into E for air medium, and epsilon m into E for any other medium, or epsilon m means what? Epsilon naught into epsilon r, right? Epsilon m means absolute permittivity of any other medium than the other than the air or vacuum. Then your epsilon m equals to can be written as epsilon naught into epsilon r, right? So if we put this E value over here, then it will become curl of d by epsilon naught equals to 0, or you can write epsilon m over here. So whatever you can write, it will become curl of d also equals to 0. So these are two Maxwell's second equation. Okay, so electrostatic field is irrotational, or you can write electrostatic field is, that's why it is called the electrostatic. Why it is called electrostatic? Because it has no movement and it cannot move. Okay, it has no rotation. Okay, so that's why, or there is no rotation. Okay, there is no rotation. So that's why you are taking it is an irrotational surface. Okay, so now you have to find the expression for the topic number 13. Now I will move to topic number 13. Electric potential. So write down the first definition. What is electric potential? Right. Electric potential is the work done required, or it is the work done, it is the amount of work done required to put an unit positive charge on a point inside a electrical system, or inside a electrostatic system coming from infinity. Okay, so electric potential is nothing but the amount of work done. Okay, the amount of work done required to put an unit positive charge on a point inside the electric field system coming from infinity. Okay, so the work done is called the electric potential of the point on the field. So suppose we are considering a electrostatic system. We are considering an electrostatic system. Okay, so within this electrostatic system, or arbitrary shape electrostatic system we can consume. So it will find there is a point of interest, or point of reference, or point of testing at any point, at any location inside this field. Okay, which is a r vector distance from that origin. Okay, so then if we want to find this electric potential at that point, then you have to perform this type of experiment, that is from infinity. So this representation, it shows the infinity. Okay, so from infinity we need to put an unit positive charge, that is unit positive charge, 1 unit positive charge to point P. So we need to put the point P and unit positive charge to that point P. Okay, so the amount of work done, whatever the work done is required, is called the electric potential. Okay, so write according to the definition of work done, according to the definition of work done, W equals to, what will be your formula? Minus, or dW equals to, because we are taking small work done, dW equals to dE dot dl or E dot dl. Okay, E dot dl. Okay, so W equals to what? Minus integration of E dot dl. Why it is taking as minus? Because whatever the work done, it is exactly opposite to that intensity. The intensity is acting outward and work done is inward. So that's why there is a sign opposition. So that's why dW, whatever the work done is required, it will be exactly opposite to that intensity. Okay, so that's why minus of E dot dl. Okay, so E means what? At that point, what is the intensity at that point? This is by the definition. This is by the definition. Okay, so what will be the intensity at that point P, which is r distance from the origin where the charge is exist. So we are considering light, right? Consider this system of charge is small q. So minus E means small q by 4 pi epsilon naught r square into AR cap. Okay, and dl means what? Again we can write dr AR cap plus rho d phi, sorry, it's rho d phi a phi cap plus d rho a rho cap. Okay, so after putting the dot product, after performing the dot product, we have AR dot AR will be 1 and rests are 0. So your answer will be 4q by 4 pi epsilon naught into r square into dr. And what is the limit? What about the limit? So it will coming from infinity to that point P, which is distance at r. So coming from infinity to point distance r, infinity to r. Okay, so with the negative sign. So what is the integration? So after performing the integration, we have, that is W equals to minus q by 4 pi epsilon naught dr by r means minus of minus, it will become plus. Suppose we are taking this minus outside, and dr by r square, that will be again minus 1 by r. Integration of dr by r equals to minus 1 by r. So again minus is taking outside, it will become positive. So the result will be infinity to r. And what is upper limit minus lower limit? So q by 4 pi epsilon naught into r minus q by 4 pi epsilon naught into infinity. So this one is 0. Why? Because something by infinity or 1 by infinity equals to 0. So that's why this second part will be 0, and your final expression W equals to q by 4 pi epsilon naught into r. So now the V, that is the potential, right? But according to this definition, this is the potential. So V of r, if we put a vector sign, then q by 4 pi epsilon naught into r AR cap. Okay, this is your answer. Okay, so now, right, if we consider, right, continuously you can write, if we consider the system consists of n number of charges, if we consider the system consists of n number of charges, then V of r equals to summation of I equals to 1 to n qi by 4 pi epsilon naught into ri, right? Now it is a scalar, right? It is, suppose you are considering it is a scalar. Okay, so your answer, your result will show this type of expression. Okay, so right, for a electrostatic field, the work done required to transmit the unit positive charge, for the electrostatic field, the work done required to transmit an unit positive charge from A point to B point, which is a Gaussian surface, okay, which is a Gaussian surface having radius RA and RB respectively. So that's why we are taking similarly A having a radius R, ARA, and B having a radius RB, and which are equal, RA and RB. So that's why minus of E dot dl, work done required, E dot dl equals to what? E dot dl equals to V of B minus V of A, right? Can we write? So from A to B movement, okay. So this is nothing but so this is what, this is will be your VB minus VA, that will be equals to A to B gradient of V over DL, okay. So gradient of V over DL. So now if we compare this one equals to this one, so if we put the gradient concept, if we put the gradient definition over this line, so this one can be represented at this one, okay. So just cancel out themselves. E equals to minus gradient of V, so E equals to minus gradient of V. So this is called your relation between potential to scalar potential. This is called the scalar potential because we are taking as a scalar over here. So scalar potential of any vector field and the intensity of that vector field, okay. So if we put this RA equals to RB for a uniform Gaussian surface, then you can find this type of relation, okay. For electrostatic field, it will be your ultimate relation in between intensity and the potential, okay. So today's class up to this much. Next I will start from the topic number 14, okay, which is the Poisson's equation and Laplace equation, okay. Poisson and Laplace equation, okay. So today's class up to this much. Thank you.